Welcome to the Natural Health Show with one of New England's leading holistic specialists, Mark Mincola. Call Mark at 617-822-1969 on 96.9 Boston Talks.
Greetings and welcome home, Natural Health Nation. Great to have you on board. Magnificent spring-like Sunday out there. Hope everybody's healthy, enjoying their lovely Sunday. You know, speaking of spring, this is a classic time of year where a lot of folks are turning to the whole notion of detox, cleansing, kind of cleaning the body out a little bit, you know? All that holiday food still kind of stuck somewhere in there, and the winter months are behind where so much food was just kind of about the survival mode. You know, wintertime is really about just kind of getting through. So you might make a couple dietary choices that perhaps weren't exactly your best choices, but you know, a lot of folks just ask that burning question, to detox and cleanse or not to detox and cleanse? That is the question. And, of course, my response to that is we really lead very toxic lives. We don't think of it very often, but I brought a couple of little figures and facts in this evening. The average American is exposed to between 10 and 13 pesticides per day, 11 pounds of pesticides per year. Incredible. And of the 400 legal pesticides, 180 of them have been shown to damage the human endocrine system. 75% of our fruits contain pesticides. 60% of our vegetables contain pesticide residues. Meats contain 14 times more pesticide residues than plants, obviously because of the grazing factor. The average American consumes 246 pounds of meat per year, so there's plenty of pesticides that's being dumped in that poor body. 23 gallons of ice cream per year. How about that one? Yeah, 756 donuts per year. That's the average American. 50 pounds of cakes and cookies, 600 pounds of dairy, including 31 pounds of cheese. Anyway, we've made our point here. I think that you get the idea that the idea of detox is not a half-bad idea, and it certainly is the right season. It's time for spring cleaning, and cleansing and detoxing of the human body's not a half-bad idea. There's a lot of different really good detox programs out there over the health food store shelves. The one that I really am somewhat impressed with, Good Health Natural Foods has something called Renew Life. Renew Life. Organic total body cleanse program. Great program. It's only about $30, $35. And it's an organic program. It's a really complete detox program. Simple, easy to use. It's great as far as cleansing the intestines, great as far as cleaning out all the major organ systems from all those donuts, etc. So you might want to check that out. That is, again, the Renew Life, R-E-N-E-W, Renew Life, organic total body cleanse program. Again, Good Health Natural Foods has it, I believe, on the shelves for about $32 or so. Great one-stop shopping program. And of course, my feelings are that there's an awful lot of good reason to detox, and this is, again, the season. So I've given you both the reason and the season, and when we come back from these breaks, we're going to take your calls, of course, and anybody who doesn't know, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, pound 969, and of course, that's a free call for you folks. You're listening to The Natural Health Show. My name is Mark Mincola. We'll be right on back after these messages with your calls. Stay tuned.
Ready? When you are.
Online and on demand.
969BostonTalks.com.
Tired of one-size-fits-all nutrition and wellness plans? Would you like to have a customized plan for you and you alone? Now you can learn a remarkable bioenergetic system that enables you to effortlessly self-analyze and customize your own nutrition and wellness. Hi, I'm Mark Mincola, New England's leading natural healthcare expert. Join me for an all-day muscle testing intensive seminar on Saturday, May 14th at the Angels of Light Healing and Intuitive Center in Norwell, Massachusetts. Come learn my EMT muscle testing system firsthand. Find out more about your body's bioenergetic strengths and weaknesses and learn how to tailor a nutrition and wellness plan that better suits your body's personalized needs. For more information, call 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728, or log on to myhealthylivingmag.com. Come learn to maximize and personalize your wellness.
Are you seeking balance in your life? Would you like to feel more peaceful and joyful? Join Father Peter Bowes at the Center of Light in Framingham to discover the patterns that keep people off balance and feeling unsettled. Seeking inner balance and peace begins with self-understanding. Father Peter will be presenting seminars on April 28th, 29th, and 30th, focusing on intuition, emotion, the spiritual path, and conscious parenting. All topics that help people get clear about who they are, why they're alive, and how to bring peace to all aspects of their life. Find out more by calling 617-990-7411. That's 617-990-7411. The seminars will be April 28th, 29th, and 30th. Call 617-990-7411, 617-740-9911, or go to boston.centersoflight.org. That's boston.centersoflight.org.
Hi, this is Laura from Good Health. We're a small family market, but there's a reason why we're still here after 36 years. When you have health, diet, and nutrition concerns, Good Health listens. We offer the very finest organic produce, natural and gluten-free groceries, vitamins, herbs, homeopathics, and beauty products. Did you know that organic foods offer up to 1,000% more nutrition, vitamins, and minerals than non-organic? It's true. Good Health has clean pet foods, spring garden seeds, and green eco-friendly household items. So make every dollar count. See what's new for spring. Organic cleansing kits, safe weight loss supplements, energizing exotic fruits, protein powders, clean chemical-free cosmetics and sunblocks, all from a company that really cares. You can buy all your favorite products with confidence, or we'll ship them right to your home or office. Come by and see us in Quincy or Hanover. Visit goodhealthnaturalfood.com. Don't just talk about it, do it today. Good Health, the intelligent choice for everything your family deserves. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.
At Century Bank, you're banking with family.
Marshall Sloan, every time I talked about your bank and the Sloan family, I say it is a family values bank. What does that mean?
Treat people decently with integrity and service them. That's what it's about.
I moved to this town 24 years ago. Virtually every local bank that existed is gone. Why is Century Bank still here?
Well, I wanted to build something that was lasting. I wanted my children to come into my business, and it wasn't just a shot in the pan to build a bank and then sell it and get rich.
If someone wants to call the founder, the president, what do they get, Barry Sloan?
To get us, my father is always available, my sister, myself. I'm in the business of trying to solve problems for people to make their lives better. And if I can do it quickly, that's the most fun I'll have any day.
Linda, I know you do a lot of work with community organizations. Why is that so important?
I've always been taught, give back to your community, and that's what we do at the bank.
Century Bank, our family's bank and yours. AskCentury.com. Member FDIC.
Now back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
In Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless. Lucky guys. Free call pound 969. Hey, we got some calls coming in here. Before we go to those, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a presentation entitled Living Truly Healthy, Whole, and Healed. And that presentation will be at Hope Floats. Love that. That's a great name. Hope Floats. That's on 4 Elm Street in Kingston. It'll be from 7 to 9. And tickets are $30. But you know what? Tell you what, folks. We're going to take the 10th and 11th caller we have in this evening, and we're going to give them a pair of tickets each. So we're pretty well sold out, but we're going to give you some freebies. So you want to just give us a call again, 617-822-1969 or pound 969 Verizon Wireless. We got Peggy on the line from Nashville. Welcome, Peggy.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Terrific, thanks.
I have a friend who's got Parkinson's, and is there anything that they can do? I read it was neurological, and so there's not much you can do, but is there? I thought maybe you could help.
Well, you know, you're absolutely right. Clearly it is neurological, and it's a very serious condition, no question about it, and not an awful lot of success with regards to dealing with Parkinson's, but there is some interesting information empirically that suggests that things like ENADA, E-N-A-D-A, you can check that out on the internet or go to the health food store and ask about the ENADA. And I believe, generally speaking, it's 10 milligrams twice a day that's recommended, but that's one supplement. Also, there was a lot of research back in the 80s regarding vitamin E from pea vine oil, and there was a lot of successful research with that. And the concept there is, of course, that you're looking to support the nervous system with the antioxidant support of a lipid-based antioxidant, in this case vitamin E. So you could try supporting that person's chemistry with some gamma E, G-A-M-M-A, vitamin E. I would say 800 units would be enough. And finally, vitamin B12, you certainly want to make sure that you're reinforcing their chemistry with vitamin B12, because vitamin B12 really is the neurological vitamin for all intents and purposes, but you got to make sure it's methyl, M-E-T-H-Y-L B12. Methyl B12 is the only type of vitamin B12 that's going to really positively affect the central nervous system. So you want to look at something like the Jarrow formulas. Jarrow formulas makes a methyl, M-E-T-H-Y-L B12, 5,000 mcgs. I'd recommend that as well. And of course, as I say each and every week, diet's an important part of any program to try to see if you can't support physiology through natural medicine. So you want to be careful about dairy products. You want to be careful about red meats. You want to be careful about yolks, not so much egg whites, but egg yolks and peanuts as well. So avoid those foods and try a couple of those supplements, and best wishes.
So is there an exercise? Is there anything else that can help you?
Well, when you're talking about exercises, you're talking more about physiological therapy, the idea of moving the body in various ways. There of course, are an awful lot of theories about that, but for the most part, we're dealing with biochemistry, we're dealing with nutrition, we're dealing with supplements in terms of what you can purchase over the counter at the health food stores. So, those are about as good as you're going to do as far as biochemistry and supporting the neurological chemistry with supplements. That's about the best we can do for you.
Okay, thank you so much for your help.
Best wishes. My pleasure. Thank you so much for calling. We got Ann on the line from Bridgewater. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk here on the Natural Health Show.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate you for taking my phone call.
Pleasure.
I'm in the process of vertigo.
Yep.
What can you do to help me out?
Well, a couple things. You want to make sure that you have an ample supply of electrolytes in the body. You want to make sure that you've got an ample supply of potassium, magnesium. The type of magnesium is probably pretty important to consider here as well. I would say that a nerve membrane stabilizer, something like magnesium in the form of taurate, T-A-U-R-A-T, magnesium taurate, 500 milligrams a day is probably a good idea. I would also recommend that you get yourself some potassium. The best I could recommend would be Twin Labs. Twin Labs makes a liquid potassium citrate, 99 milligrams per teaspoon. I'd say 1 teaspoon per day would be more than enough. And again, a teaspoon of potassium citrate. It's liquid potassium citrate by Twin Labs. And as I said, 500 milligrams of magnesium in the form of a magnesium taurate, T-A-U-R-A-T. I think those two things are real important. Also make sure that you're supporting yourself dietarily. You want to make sure that you're not eating a lot of sodium-rich foods. You don't want to disturb the very delicate equilibrium between sodium, potassium, magnesium. All right, so a lot of folks get into trouble with vertigo really largely because they're eating such highly processed foods, and packaged foods and highly processed foods tend to have very high concentrations of sodium, throwing those delicate ratios off between sodium, potassium, sodium, magnesium. And I would say right now you want to basically take, let's say a good 3-week period and try to not eat a lot of packaged foods, whole foods. You get your lean meats, your poultries, your fish, baked or broiled, and don't overspice them with sodium, obviously, or salt. And you want to make sure that you take a lot of fruits and veggies as well, get that potassium up right now. So I tried 3 weeks like that off the highly processed packaged stuff and support yourself with a little electrolyte activity and see how you do.
Very good. I thank you very much for your help.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for calling. All right, let's see here. We've got Dennis on the line from Framingham. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talk here on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Terrific. How are you?
Good, thanks. Last year I had tried the Master Cleanse. Are you familiar with that?
Sure, yes, I am indeed, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that and relative to the product that you mentioned from Good Health?
The Master Cleanse is equal to it. I think the Master Cleanse is a really nice cleanse program. I just feel that the Renew Life program is a really simple, easy-to-use program. It's hypoallergenic. I like the fact that it's organic. That kind of turns me on. So I think the price is exceptional, too. I think $32 for a complete detox program, soup to nuts, is a real good way to go. No, the Master Cleanse program is a very capable program. It's a good, well-designed program. I just think I like the Renew Life program just a little bit more.
All right, excellent.
All right, thanks for calling. All right, once again, our telephone numbers here in Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, free call pound 969. And we've been chatting with you a little bit tonight about the concept of detox cleansing. 'Tis the season for cleaning, and plenty of reason for it, as we pointed out earlier in the broadcast. Our poor bodies get deluged with fats and sugars and pesticides and yada, yada, yada. So to just take one little time out of the year and clean out this precious body cavity, not a half bad idea. We've got Luann on the phone from Boxborough. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You are on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, thanks for taking my call, Mark.
My pleasure.
My question is about the detox.
Mm-hmm.
I had a colectomy about 2 years ago.
Yep.
I've got about 6 inches of my large intestine left.
Right.
Is it safe?
You're going to want a very different type of program. I would recommend more of a phase 2 kind of program for you, where you're thinking in terms of not going with so much heavy bulk fiber, etc. I would say that to do something along the lines of just eating really cleanly, and in other words, by that I mean you take a couple weeks of just doing real clean organic food that's very low in fat and very pristine, I guess I'd say. The idea of cleaning up your diet with a lot of fruits and veggies. And I think the other part of that is phase 2 support. L-glutathione might be a great way to go. N-acetylcysteine or L-glutathione. I think I'd prefer L-glutathione, G-L-U-T-A-T-H-I-O-N-E, L-glutathione. Great phase 2 support for the liver detox, get that liver all active and cleaned out. I'd recommend like 500 milligrams twice a day of glutathione. And just like I said, use your herb teas, your veggies, and just go organic and super clean for a few weeks. That way you don't put any burden or pressure on your system.
Terrific. Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for calling. All right, let's see here. We've got a couple calls here coming in. Let's talk about life with Sandy from Marblehead. Welcome, Sandy. You're on 96.9 Boston Talks here on the Natural Health Show.
Hi.
How are you?
Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure.
Enjoying your program.
Thank you.
The question I have is regarding what's looking like fibromyalgia / adrenal issues / thyroid, where the levothyroxine really isn't helping. The numbers are normal, but the symptoms are still there. Leg weakness. It looks neurological, but it isn't.
Right.
So they've been completely tested.
Yep. Well,
I don't know.
For folks that don't know what you're talking about with regard to levothyroxine, that's a T4 thyroid medicine, just to clarify that. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Right. Well, they're talking about potentially, there's plenty of T4 there, but I'm not converting it to T3 as a potential issue. I'm waiting for results back on tests. It looks like it's like a complicated situation as far as there's lots of multi-issues, but we can't get to the core diagnosis as to what's going on.
Well, a couple things that I would ask you to consider here. The concept of converting T4 into active T3 really has a great deal to do with iodine. Iodine plays an important role there. So I would suggest that if you're not allergic to things like shellfish, like you can safely eat things like shrimp and scallops and lobster without getting sick. If that's the case, then I would suggest that you get yourself some liquid that you can easily go on the internet, or even some of the health food stores out there. You could purchase some organic iodine drops or some liquid iodine drops, and I would suggest that you take maybe 2 or 3 drops twice a day. Or you could get some kelp tablets, 225 micrograms, maybe take 2 of those a day.
I do take iodine supplements.
You do?
Yeah, the little supplements.
All right.
Things.
The second thing that I would point out is that the kidneys have a great deal to do with the management of your T3 from an organic perspective. So you can actually, at Good Health Natural Foods, they have something called NS, Natural Sources, raw kidney tabs. It's a bioregulator, and they're about 250 milligrams. I would tell you to take just 2 of those a day, one with breakfast, one with lunch, just to support the kidneys in that whole process of managing your effective T4, T3 conversions. The other part of the equation here is that great book you might think about taking a peek at, or at least contacting the Broda Barnes Research Foundation down in Trumbull, Connecticut. BRODA, Broda Barnes, BARNES. It is one of the most respected thyroid research foundations in the world, right down in Connecticut. And they're on the internet. They have a great presence on the internet, but they have a great reading list that they'll put together for you. Very valuable site. A lot of terrific books about thyroid and the whole concept of managing endocrine, thyroid, adrenal, central nervous system support, etc. So the book that I recommend is a book called Solved: The Riddle of Illness by Dr. Stephen Langer. Great book.
Yes,
but
yeah.
But in terms of that book and those resources, they talk a great deal about the importance, Dr. Langer does in that book, about B12.
Oh, it helps. I take B12 shots myself every 2 to 3 weeks, and it really makes a difference.
It does make a difference, no question about it. Then there's the importance too of trying to, like you say a minute ago here, the idea of really pinning this thing down diagnostically. If you read that book, you know that they suggest you do a T3, T4, TSH, FTI, an anti-thyroid antibody.
Right.
You also want to do a basal, 3-day basal temperature average. You want to be between 97.8 and 98.2. So if you've covered those 6 checkpoints, then you're in pretty good shape as far as thyroid function goes. But if you have some kind of X factor, you probably are going to want to be thinking in terms of more of a total metabolic diagnostic blood test.
Yeah, he did that. I believe he did the test. This new guy I'm seeing who works, the regular standard doctors, the regular endocrinologists, and regular primaries, they think you're nuts. They don't understand.
Yeah, they're just not inclined to go in that direction. But that's okay. Right. I think that you found somebody that is, and you should be able to hunt that down with that metabolic series. That panel should show you something.
Well, that's good. And one last question, please.
We're going to have to shuffle off for a break here. We're behind in breaks. So can you hang on here, and maybe we'll take a question or two from you after this series of breaks?
Yes, I'm happy to wait.
Stay tuned. Hang in there. All right, we're going to take a little break. I'll be right back.
Get up and get going with Jim and Marjorie.
There is no single thing we could do that would get America more fit than throwing out every chair in this country and sitting on one of these inflated balls.
It's if these kids are rolling around behind their desk, they're going to behave better, they're going to be more alert, they won't misbehave as much, and they may burn a few calories while they're rolling around on their butts in class.
Jim and Marjorie, now at their new time. Weekday mornings, 6 till 10 on 96.9 Boston Talks.
Do you own or manage a natural health, fitness, day spa, or go green business? Perhaps you have a unique restaurant that offers healthy entrees, heart-smart seafood, vegetarian or lighter fare options. I invite you to share your vision and deliver your message directly to health-conscious New Englanders by becoming a sponsor of the Natural Health Show, New England's #1 health radio show. The Natural Health Show is now welcoming potential sponsors to join our natural health family by offering a number of creative and flexible sponsorship packages. For information on how to become a sponsor of the Natural Health Show, simply call Candida at 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728. Be a part of New England's natural health revolution. Join our Natural Health Show family today.
There are many things we cannot control in life. The one thing we can control is how we choose to take care of ourselves. Hi, this is Mark Mincola, New England's leading natural health care expert. Join me for my monthly live webinars. The key in making your health a priority is becoming educated on how your body works and how to make it work for you. We're continually listening to our valuable feedback, and the one thing thing that requests most of us is to provide more cutting-edge educational and motivational tools. Join me for my monthly live webinars as I educate individuals on how to work nutrition and overall health permanently into their lifestyle. We understand that even with the power of the internet, it is still difficult to find health information that is relevant, backed by science, understood, and can be implemented into your lifestyle. My live nutrition webinar series takes place on the first Monday of each month at 12 noon. For only $99, you can participate in all 12 webinars. For more information, log on to myhealthylivingmag.com or call 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728.
The brain requires nutrition just like the rest of the body. Although many of us depend upon caffeine for focus and concentration, caffeine is not actually a nutrient. Real nutrition is needed to enhance brain metabolism and provide antioxidant protection. This is where Jarrow Formula's Neuro-Optimizer comes to the rescue. Neuro-Optimizer is a concentrated source of the nutrients needed for memory and mood, for concentration and focus, all without being a stimulant. Neuro-Optimizer supplies the building blocks for neurotransmitters, the chemicals that allow cells in the brain to communicate and to file away memories. Acetyl-L-carnitine and alpha-lipoic acid support brain energy production. Phosphatidylserine, L-glutamine, and taurine enhance brain stability and detoxification in the face of stress. Neuro-Optimizer is the nutritional answer to the brain's needs. Ask for Neuro-Optimizer at your local health food store, or for more information, go to Jarrow.com. That's Jarrow for the best in brain health formulas.
My daughter called me the other day to tell me what a difference ABC Home Healthcare had made in her family's life. Hi, I'm Jeanette Sheehan, nurse practitioner at ABC Home Healthcare. We get calls like this every day. Her dad wanted to come home after months in a facility, but the family worried it was too much for their mom. With the help of ABC, the daughter said her mother and the entire family are together again, and her dad is flourishing, thanks to the great care given by ABC staff. If you have a loved one who needs care but wants to be home, call ABC. We make things happen. We make home happen. ABC provides 1 hour, 1 day, 24/7 or live-in care with home care aides, homemakers, and nurses. Call today, set up a free nursing assessment, and let us make home a reality like we have for hundreds of other families.
ABC Home Healthcare, committed to life at home.
Call 781-245-1880. 781-245-1880. abchhp.com.
Now back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
Once again, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless, pound 969 again. Anybody interested in obtaining a pair of free tickets, callers 10 and 11, we're going to give you those free tickets to a presentation that I'll be giving tomorrow night. That's April 11th, and it's from 7 to 9. Entitled Living Truly Healthy, Whole, and Healed. And that's going to be at Hope Floats, 4 Elm Street, Kingston, Mass. So, again, give us a call, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless, pound 969. We've been chatting with Sandy. Sandy, go right ahead.
Hi. Can Candida be a potential culprit for these kinds of things? And you've been talking about detoxing.
Yeah. In fact, that's a great question. That's a great
question. What's a good test? Because everybody has Candida in their bowel. And so what's a good test to find out?
Well, first of all, I would say that it's subclinical. I mean, in other words, if you've been eating vinegar, if you've been eating fermented foods like yeasty breads, sugars, alcoholic beverages like beer, wine, champagne, if you've been using a lot of salad dressings and a lot of marinades and things like that, peanut butter, you don't need a test. I'll tell you.
Okay.
There you go. So I think that that's exactly where I wanted to go with this thing. That I mentioned the word X factor, the term X factor.
Right.
I think you really want to give yourself, I always say there's a great 3-week window, a 21-day window where you can make incredible differences and learn a tremendous amount on your own. Laying off those aforementioned fermented foods, the vinegars, the peanut butter, the yeasted breads. Again, you can buy yeast-free breads at the health food store for 3 weeks. You stay away from any kind of salad dressings and, again, a lot of marinated foods, beers and wines, champagnes, not to turn people into lushes, but you're better off if you're going to have a drink on a weekend, keep it to a dull roar and to do the tequila and the vodka instead of the beer and the wine and the champagne. So get off all that fermented stuff for a good 3 weeks and see if it makes any difference at all. In my practice over 30 years, it is astounding how many X factor problems were turned over with that little 3-week experiment. So I would advise that and see what happens.
Okay, and what about treatment infusions with the IVs of infusions. Does that help?
It can. I think infusions are especially good for electrolytes, for vitamin C. But when it comes to really defeating candida bacteria, single-cell bacteria, you really want to go the route that I just talked about. Don't feed it.
Okay, and one last question.
Yep, go ahead.
Bartonella virus that they're finding in cats today. Have you seen a crossover into human beings having problems with the Bartonella? Have you seen that, or is that something off your radar?
No, I haven't seen it, and I think that there's certainly a lot of question about it. There's even been question about toxoplasmosis crossovers and things like that are fairly similar. But no, I don't think they've been substantiated to this point in time. I think people are more inclined to be struck by the Norwalk virus, which seems to be making its rounds again, and the Coxsackie virus, which seems to be imminent each and every winter into spring. So, no, I would not say it was transferable.
Okay.
All right.
Well, TJ, you're a wealth of information, and all your listeners, we're very lucky to have you.
Well, aren't you kind? And thank you for your great questions.
Thank you.
All right, have a great night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let's go to Barbara from Hingham. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks on the Natural Health Show.
Thanks so much, and hello, and thank you so much for such a great show and
thank
such
you very
information and education. You're welcome. Thank you. I have a concern regarding a family member that's been, the diagnosis is failure to thrive, or they're not eating, and we're being told that they can live sole source on this liquid or soft diet for many, many years. And I don't want to mention the name of the product, but you probably know the name. And I was just wondering, is there something more natural that we can consider, since they may have to live this way for many years?
Yeah, there's an exceptional product. It's made by a company called Metagenics, Metagenics, and it's called Ultra Clear. And it is as good as it gets. It's actually organic brown rice powder that they've actually isolated as a protein. So they've isolated all the proteins from organic brown rice. They've also made sure that there's an accoutrement of all your much-needed vitamins and minerals and enzymes, and it's a complete amino acid food. It's a great soft food, as you would call it. It's referred to as a medical food now. But that product is difficult to obtain over the counter. It's a professionally dispensed product. In other words, there are chiropractors, osteopaths, nutritionists like myself, people like that would make sure that you could get a hold of that. But you could go to metagenics.com, Metagenics, metagenics.com, and I just bring that up because there's absolutely no product out there that's even holds a match to that. It's a terrific way to go. So Metagenics Ultra Clear would be my number one advice.
So do you have any input on dementia or Alzheimer's, where they're pocketing their food in their cheeks and they're not swallowing, and you have to remind them to swallow? Do you have any thoughts on dementia?
Yeah, of course. And we've actually done programs with the entire theme of dementia and Alzheimer's, and wonderful studies that come to mind. In 2005, I remember I did a show back in 2005. There was some remarkable, exciting research from the Veterans Administration and UCLA Medical Hospital. They combined efforts and did a really remarkable series of studies regarding something called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, EGCG. Well, EGCG is actually an isolated compound. It's a catechin. It's a very powerful phytonutrient found in green tea. And they found that combined with DHA, which is docosahexaenoic acid, one of the great fats from fish oil that everybody's so excited about nowadays. But the combination of the two, DHA supplements with EGCG supplements, was a remarkable find for these folks. They found that it made quite a significant difference at enhancing brain function and memory and cognitive function, and turning around much of the problem. So, you could check out some of that research. Again, that was UCLA and the Veterans Administration, Los Angeles, and that was 2005. And again, the key that they were studying was something called EGCG. There have been many studies that have followed up, great follow-up studies as well. In fact, quite a few. So you'll find a lot of information about that. But I'd recommend that EGCG, in the study that I'm speaking of, they've recommended 600 milligrams twice a day, or 1,200 milligrams, which is easy to obtain. It's 2 capsules a day. There's actually a product called EGCG Max, which is easy to get. Good Health Natural Foods, our sponsor, certainly has that. But I'd highly recommend you take a look at some of that research and take a peek at the possibilities there.
Now, what's your experience with the hospice team when they come in and, of course, they want to use the products that they're familiar with? What do we do to introduce an alternative product, or is there an alternative hospice team? Because, when someone mentions hospice and end-of-life care, the family sort of starts to...
Well, my feelings about that is you're still a consumer here, and I feel that you need to kind of sit down and negotiate some of these conditions. And if you're real enthusiastic and really adamant about making a difference with a product that is a very superior product, again, do your research, look into it. You won't find anything better than the Metagenics Ultra Clear. My feelings are that as a consumer, you need to be respected for your wishes. You're not making ridiculous wishes here. I think that your wishes should be met. But, it's going to be case by case. That's what I would say.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling.
We really appreciate all your education and information.
Well, thank you, and best wishes to you and your loved ones. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And again, in Boston and New England, 617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, free call pound 96.9. Patrick, do we have a winner? How are we doing on that?
We have a winner. Yeah, we have two winners.
We have our two winners, and those folks, I guess they know who they are. You know who you are out there. It sounds like something they used to say when I was in grade school. You know who you are out there. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for calling in, and we look forward to getting you those tickets. I will make sure that I'll pick those names up from our producer, Patrick, and Patrick will make sure that I go home with those tucked in my pocket, and I'll make sure tomorrow evening that you're at the door at will call, and in you will arrive freely at my behest, and I'll make sure that you enjoy your evening, and thank you so much for calling. Again, our calls here welcome as well. We're talking a little bit with you this evening about a variety of issues as we do each and every week, but we're also talking about detoxification, cleansing. Very important time of year for such things. And before we get on to that topic, we're going to talk with Susan from Framingham. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You're on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, Doctor. How are you?
Terrific. How are you?
Good. I called in a couple of weeks ago because my stomach was producing a lot of acid for a long time.
Yep.
It was irritating the lining of my stomach, and I was in pain.
Yep.
And you told me to take liquid chlorophyll.
Yep.
2 tablespoons a couple of times a day.
That's correct.
And I just want to tell you, since the first day, I felt great.
God bless you. That sounds great.
I've been off the stomach pills for 2 weeks.
Wonderful.
And I feel absolutely wonderful.
Well, that is music to my ears, as you can imagine.
Yeah, so I just wanted to thank you for that.
Well, aren't you kind for even taking the time to give us a shout-out and to follow up on that? I appreciate that so much, Susan. Thank you, and I'm so happy to hear you feeling well, of course.
My stomach feels great, so should I just keep taking this every day?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question that it's safe to do every day. It's nothing more than, when you steam, I don't know if you have a steamer and you steam your veggies, but what you're drinking when you're drinking liquid chlorophyll is nothing more than plant blood. It's almost like when you steam your vegetables in a little bit of water and then you look at the water after you've steamed them and it's kind of green water. It's pretty much all it is. Chlorophyll is nothing more than that. So anyway, it's like saying, is it safe to eat vegetables every day and to drink vegetable juice? It's absolutely fine. Great. So I'd recommend it. It's safe to do. Enjoy. Keep doing it, and much continued success.
Well, thank you again.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay.
All right. Our numbers here is 617-822-1969, Verizon Wireless, pound 96.9. You are listening to The Natural Health Show. My name is Mark Mincola, and we'll be right back after we pay these light bills. Stay tuned.
Play it again. Audio on demand. Podcasting now at
96.9
BostonTalks.com.
It seems as though the whole world is rapidly changing. We're all becoming more passionate about natural health, personal growth, and living life at a higher level. Hi, this is Mark Mincola. I invite you to join me April 11th, Monday, 7 to 9, at Hope Floats in Kingston, Mass. for a very special inspirational presentation entitled Living Truly Healthy, Whole, and Healed. During this presentation, I will share some of my most inspiring life lessons learned from 30 years of natural health and healing work. In addition to our theme of healing inspiration, I will also share the latest information regarding the very best natural ways to get and stay holistically healthy. I assure you, you won't want to miss this truly remarkable evening of inspiration, health, and healing. It's time for us to all begin our personal transformations together. That's April 11th, Monday from 7 to 9 at Hope Floats in Kingston with me, Mark Mincola. To register, call 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728 or online at myhealthylivingmag.com. Tired of one-size-fits-all nutrition and wellness plans? Would you like to have a customized plan for you and you alone? Now you can learn a remarkable bioenergetic system that enables you to effortlessly self-analyze and customize your own nutrition and wellness. Hi, I'm Mark Mincola, New England's leading natural health care expert. Join me for an all-day muscle testing intensive seminar on Saturday, May 14th at the Angels of Light Healing and Intuitive Center in Norwell, Massachusetts. Come learn my EMT muscle testing system firsthand. Find out more about your body's bioenergetic strengths and weaknesses and learn how to tailor a nutrition and wellness plan that better suits your body's personalized needs. For more information, call 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728 or log on to myhealthylivingmag.com. Come learn to maximize and personalize your wellness. You know, when most people hear the word allergies, they think only of hay fever-like symptoms associated with airborne pollen, dust, and mold. But did you know that many experts estimate that between 60 and 80 million of us suffer from immune-related food allergies without even knowing it? Furthermore, food allergies often contribute to serious health problems such as autism, irritable bowel syndrome, ADD, headaches, and chronic ear infections. Now, there's an effective way to identify and eliminate both your food allergies and the troubling symptoms that they aggravate. Allotest Medical Labs at foodallergy.com offers a full complement of clinical, environmental, and food allergy testing to help you get to the root of your allergy problems. Allotest also provides you with a comprehensive rotation diet, lifestyle booklet, and a wallet card to help you live food allergy-free and stress-free. Do you wonder if you or your loved ones are among the 60 to 80 million food allergy sufferers in America? If so, log on to Allotest Medical Labs, foodallergy.com. Talk to your doctor about ordering a food allergy test from Allotest Medical Labs today. Foodallergy.com. Make sure the food you're eating isn't what's depleting you.
Now, back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
617-822-1969. Verizon Wireless users, free call pound 969. And 'tis the season to clean the bod. The reason works with the season, of course, and the reason is we live very toxic lives, as we said earlier. You can't imagine what goes through that precious body of yours. For example, would you believe 192 pounds of white flour? Would you believe 29 pounds of French fries, 23 pounds of pizza, 53 gallons of soda, 20 gallons of beer, 24 pounds of artificial sweeteners, 91,000 milligrams of caffeine, and 840,000 milligrams of sodium per year. Wow. Amazing that it just keeps bouncing back, isn't it? Huh? Pretty incredible stuff. And we're talking with you about that, and we've got Melissa on the line from Malden. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You're on the Natural Health Show.
Hi, thank you so much for taking my call.
My pleasure.
I try to, this is going to sound a little hypocritical, but I try to live a very healthful lifestyle. I eat a lot of lean proteins and a lot of veggies, and I exercise, I run, I lift weights, but I also have a heroin addiction. So I am planning this week, I am cutting down, and I am going to detox from heroin at home with the use of a pharmaceutical in the comfort of my own home. So I am calling really for your advice for anything that I can use in conjunction with the pharmaceutical to really not only detox my body, flush everything out, but also to support my body and to give it what it needs.
And it sounds like you are being medically supervised, yes?
I am.
Wonderful,
yes.
Wonderful. That's number one. Number two, yeah, of course, there's some considerations with regards to natural support here. Back in the 60s and 70s, there were remarkable studies being done at UCLA about supporting addiction in general, and the idea of using some amino acids seem to be really favorable with regard to a lot of the research information. B complex vitamins, of course, not a bad idea at all. So in terms of the amino acids that were being used back then, they found that amino acids like glutamine, L-glutamine, G-L-U-T-A-M-I-N-E, L-glutamine, real important. We're talking probably about a pretty stiff dose. Now, you can buy 500 milligram capsules of glutamine, or better yet, you probably know if you've been working out in gyms and whatnot that you can actually buy the powders, which yield about 5,000. Now, it sounds like quite a disparity, quite a difference there between the capsule and the powder, but believe me, your body can assimilate it and likely needs it. So I'd recommend that you talk about that with your local health food store and to consider the option of powdered glutamine, 5,000 mgs, 5,000 milligrams of powdered glutamine. That's number one. Number two, I think B-complex vitamins real important. I like the B complexes that you get from NOW. They don't repeat on you. A lot of the B complexes tend to repeat, and they're a little bit hard to palate because of the riboflavin conversions. But I like the NOW B50s quite a bit, and I'd say if I were in your shoes, I'd be talking about one at each meal, one breakfast, one lunch, one dinner. Not to worry and panic when you see your urine turning extra yellow. That's pretty natural. And last but not least, that lovely nervous system of yours needs all the TLC it can get. And again, you heard me speak earlier about the importance of a real good B12 for your nervous system. I like the Jarrow formulas, methyl B12 5000. Jarrow, Jarrow, wonderful sponsor. They make a terrific methyl, methyl B12 5000, and that's 5,000 mcgs. Just one a day will be enough, and I think that's a pretty good way to support yourself.
Okay. Now, is there any retailer that carries these products in the area?
Yeah, you won't have any trouble. The things that I've mentioned, you'll have no trouble finding whatsoever. All the really good health food stores in the area are going to carry those things.
Okay, and another thing, is it possible for your producer to keep me on the line because I'm driving, so I can't write these things down? Is it possible for him to take my email address?
Well, we could do that, but I'll tell you one other quick thing you can do is I'll tell you my email address because the shows are being cataloged. These shows are archived at our website, and you have to wait until about Tuesday before it's up and running, but you'll see the show, or you can either watch it because we podcast it. All the shows are podcasted, or you can simply listen back to it, listen to the audio, and capture it. But you can do either one, but the website is maxhealing.com, just one word, maxhealing.com. In either case, you can reach me on my own private email and all that stuff, and you can get me at my office. So pretty easy to access. It's pretty foolproof.
Okay. Let's see here. I can't really write anything down right now. So.
All right, Patrick, are you good with that? Yeah, Patrick said he's fine with that. So, there's no question about it. He's good for you. He'll take that information from you and exchange that information with you. So, Patrick Stevens, our new producer, is more than happy to oblige.
Thank you so much for your help.
Hey, and very, very, very best wishes for your great courage and Godspeed.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye-bye. All right, we got Jeff on the line from Salem. Welcome to 96.9 Boston Talks. You're on the Natural Health Show.
Thank you very much. Just a question on my daily kind of cleanse I think I do. Have you ever heard of the Amazing Grass Superfood?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I take a couple scoops of that a day, one in the morning, one at night, and the Bragg apple cider vinegar with water and honey in the morning with a multi and a vitamin C and plain oatmeal. I mean, is that a pretty good daily cleanse? I mean, does that...
I like what you're doing with the exception of the Bragg's vinegar. I know that there's this incredible wave of folks out there that has the wisdom that it's a good product for a detox. I'm not on board with any kind of fermentation. I'm flat again. Listen, I realize that there's wild fermentation and there's fermentation that's not wild, and there's a difference between the two. I know about all that stuff, but based on 30 years of doing this stuff day in and day out and tens of thousands of appointments over 30 years, I can tell you it's just my honest opinion that fermentation is never in your best interest to detox.
What would it be doing, or what harm could it be doing if there is any harm?
Well, there's good bacteria. Let's start here. 98% of your body's bacteria is actually cultivated in your large intestines, and we're talking about 4-to-1 ratio of good to bad, ideally. But unfortunately, there is some unfriendly bacteria in the body, and things like candida, single-cell bacteria, and fungi in the body are not very productive. They're not good guys. They're bad guys. There's Dr. Tullio Simoncini, who's just recently written the oncologist from Italy, who wrote the remarkable book, Cancer is a Fungus. So there's an awful lot of people that are, and I'm one of them, that believes that you don't want to feed these potentially bad fungal forms in your large intestines, and they love fermented foods, they love sugars, and I usually encourage people that I counsel to stay away from those fermented foods because you don't want to feed the bad guys.
Right. And a little extra, like I take a little bit of extra vitamin C a day and a multi and a garlic pill basically too.
No, the rest of your program sounds solid. I would just pull the vinegar out of there.
Cool. Thank you very much.
All right, my pleasure. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. All right, once again, 617-822-1969, Verizon Wireless free call pound at 96.9. And we're talking with you this evening about detoxification, cleansing. Is it necessary? Is this the right season? Of course, it is the season. Everything is moving this time of year. Everything's thawing out. Everything is running and flowing. And like we said earlier, we're going to make our point here just before we close as to what this detox concept is really all about, where the wisdom of it is, and a specific direction that you could go in with it. We're going to do that right after these messages. Stay right where you are.
Friend us on Facebook. Link up at 969bostontalks.com.
Quick break, 1 minute.
Tired of one-size-fits-all nutrition and wellness plans? Would you like to have a customized plan for you and you alone? Now you can learn a remarkable bioenergetic system that enables you to effortlessly self-analyze and customize your own nutrition and wellness. Hi, I'm Mark Mincola, New England's leading natural health care expert. Join me for an all-day muscle testing intensive seminar on Saturday, May 14th at the Angels of Light Healing and Intuitive Center in Norwell, Massachusetts. Come learn my EMT muscle testing system firsthand. Find out more about your body's bioenergetic strengths and weaknesses, and learn how to tailor a nutrition and wellness plan that better suits your body's personalized needs. For more information, call 781-834-2728. That's 781-834-2728, or log on to myhealthylivingmag.com. Come learn to maximize and personalize your wellness.
Now, back to the Natural Health Show, sponsored by Good Health Natural Foods in Quincy and Hanover.
All right, we've been chatting with you this evening about detox and cleansing, and again, it's the perfect time of year for that very thing. I would never recommend any kind of detoxes in the winter, in the summer, or even in the fall, but I certainly would recommend this time of year. Spring's perfect time for that. Again, everything in nature is flowing right now. It's all moving in the right direction. I guess you want to kind of go along with that theme. But in terms of is it really necessary, I say absolutely it is. No question it is very necessary. Since 1965, 4 million toxic chemicals have been introduced into our air, water, and food supply. 13,000 chemicals find their way into our foods. 13,000 folks find their way into our foods. 700 toxic chemicals have been found in our drinking water. You say, I don't drink the drinking water. Yeah, you do, because if you're in the shower, because of skin permeability, every minute that you're in the tub or shower is the equivalent of consuming 1 ounce of that particular water. So, you're getting plenty of toxicity in that avenue as well. So the average American is exposed to an awful lot of toxins on an ongoing basis. It's just part of our worldly reality. But, you can surely make a difference just by taking a week or two each spring to just really kind of reset your body's clock and to kind of detox, cleanse, and start over again for the new year. And it really is to me, a very important suggestion. So I'm 100% behind. And again, I think the idea of the dietary part of a cleanse, sure, the Renew Life is a terrific program. And again, the Renew Life product is available at Good Health Natural Foods. It's organic, total body. It's an organic total body cleanse program, and it's very affordable. And it's called Renew Life. Great program. But with that, it really helps to put a couple weeks together with that Renew Life program of just fruits, vegetables, maybe beans, legumes, just eating really clean and lean and not overdoing the oils and the fats and the meat products and the dairy products and the sugars and the white flours. Just eat clean, take your supplements, and you can make a huge difference there. So that's what I would encourage you to consider doing. And once again, tomorrow we will be at Hope Floats. I love that name. That's in Kingston. It's 4 Elm Street in Kingston, Mass. From 7 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night. I hope I see lots of you out there. And if you're interested in tickets for tomorrow night's event, 781-834-2728. That's pretty easy to remember. 834-2728. And you can say hello to Candida. And she'll get you the tickets in there for our wonderful, wonderful event, which is entitled Living Truly Healthy, Whole, and Healed. I'm going to lay it on you tomorrow night, folks, so you definitely want to be there. And my thanks to Patrick Stevens, our wonderful new producer. He did a great, great job, and it's going to be great working with you. And not to forget also here that Adam Ing is our wonderful assistant who makes sure that the program is up and running each and every week on our website at maxhealing.com. It's up by every Tuesday or so. You can either watch the show or listen to the show each and every week, and they're all archived on there. Also, the TV presentations that I do on Fox and whatnot are up there as well. And incidentally, I will be on Fox this coming Thursday at 8:50 a.m., Fox 25 morning show. And guess what I'll be talking about, folks? You guessed it, detox. So we're going to make sure you get the message loud and clear. So check out our website at maxhealing.com, and make sure also that you listen to Woody and Abby and their remarkable program. And their program, of course, is called the Right Turn Radio Show, and it's all about addiction. So New England's Great Addiction Program. And until next Sunday, this is Mark Mincola. Please, folks, be wise, be aware, be well. Make it a healthy week. Good night.